So we're back. I do believe it is January 20th? Maybe the 21st?
5th.
25th?
25th.
Well, that's what happens when you get here in the middle of nowhere and end up just days and days and days without seeing too many more people. If you'll notice, the situation has pretty much changed. I got a bunch of pallets, got them down the road kind of free. Suggestion, anybody doing this kind of thing, definitely get any materials you can get your hands on, especially in this day and age when shit's super expensive. I'll show you why in a little later. Do I have a goober on me, baby?
You're good.
Okay. I got the pallets set up here, and we got those materials down the road. We actually got lucky enough to grab some from the local trailer factory. Had some extra ones. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you down the driveway. Let's go this way around. We'll walk around. We're going to try to stay in the it's about 32 degrees out. And if you take a look at my driveway, we've had some major storms and some major issues. Actually, honey, would you do me a favor? If you guys take a look, here's a heads up on one major thing. Make sure when you have power installed, you get all, and I do mean all, of the qualifications and necessary information. Because the power company did not tell me that I could not have my driveway between their pole and my pole over there behind the house, and I'll show you that a little later. So I had to actually move the driveway out here, which meant removing, well, some rather sizable trees, and a bunch of them. And not only did I have to remove the trees are great, but you also have to remove stumps. They suck. All right, so coming down the driveway, we got a little start on my firewood here. That's where we're going to stack up some firewood. But we got a small chicken house that my little brother made for us. And, it works good, but it needs to be, we've only got a few chickens, and I think there's a rabbit running around here somewhere that we let loose. But of course, you guys know this is where the driveway is going to be. We went through that before. Really haven't got a lot done on it because we haven't moved back into doing the house yet. We've got this area here. And this is where I've kind of cleared off. Now, I haven't cut anything out as far as bigger trees go. But this area here is going to be for the sawmill. And you notice there's some tree limbs down. There's a tree down. We had a big old 14-inch snow the other day. So we're still recovering from some of that. But we got a whole bunch cleared out. I got a whole bunch of branches taken out. Go ahead and give them a nice panoramic view of that, baby. But right in here is where the sawmill is going to be, and the saw yard. Because anybody that builds a sawmill should ought to know there's going to be plenty of yard. And of course, we took down some trees with that storm. Like I said, we had 14 inches of snow, which is really uncommon for out here. What the heck is this over here? All right, so we did lose a few trees, and oh yeah, this was the one I told you we lost the top of.
Yeah, the whole top fell off, sucker. Here's
how bad the snow got, guys. Here's how bad the snow got. It's been over 60 degrees for 2 days, and I can still show you what took down this tree. So, yeah, that's a pretty good sized tree to be taken down. Let's head off this way, honey. We got all the way down to the down area there, cleared out. I know you probably can't see it through the trees, but we've got a little field down there that we're going to be doing for the barn and stuff. It'll be back behind the house. One of my boys' tents that
didn't survive the storm.
Yeah.
His bike did, though.
Yeah, his bike's probably nice in there.
It is. It's still cozy, it looks like.
It's cozy in there. It is his bike. oh, hey, we moved the outhouse. Big thing about that is you want to make sure when you build an outhouse, build it for lasting a long time. The outhouse we built, unfortunately, did not last a long time. It only lasted, what was it, 6, 8 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on, let's take you to the new outhouse. We moved it. Ooh, watch the ground here. It's really slick. You might want to walk around that way.
I'm good.
If you remember from our last video, the outhouse was, well,
Hold on.
right over there. The outhouse was right through there. You can see where that little barrel is. That's the, well, that's the shit. Literal, quite literally. And of course, this is our new outhouse. Luckily, we kept the building and just moved the bottom parts of it. I'm gonna take them in here. I don't know if you got enough light to see in here, but it's got nice privacy here. Got some nice overhang. You know, not the best outhouse in the world, but you know, you do business here, so especially when it's this freaking cold out, you definitely do not, you know, stay in here a long time anyway. So we got that. Maybe we should show them the water setup we did, honey.
Yeah, while we're out here.
Yeah, we'll just walk around this way, and then we'll go ahead and do the additions and stuff. Another piece of note, if you'll notice, the trailer is now off of its wheels and sitting on blocks. That is required. I tried to do it without, it did not work. You can't have a moving house. You got to have a solid house on a solid bedrock. So we did. We went ahead and took the wheels out from underneath it and set it up. For right now, we've got the 2 tanks. I built a nice stand for them. Definitely want to make sure that they're heavy-duty stand if you ever do that, because these things weigh in excess of 2,200 pounds. Right now, we've got, of course, hose. I'm going to connect these two and run a heater out here, because right now it freezes. So you gotta be prepared for that stuff. It does freeze. Luckily, the tanks don't freeze very much. We got ourselves a gray water set up out here. Run right to a well, I don't want to call it open pit because I kind of covered it, but it's a pit. We have electricity now. Woohoo! Electricity. We all can say happy, happy, joy, joy for that one. Which means we also get to have a freezer, which is enjoyable. Come on this way. One of the things we need to talk about here is the electrical. Read the signs. Anything you see, read them and pay attention to them. You will majorly screw up your situation if you do not read and pay attention to those. I almost did. Hey, let's go show them the field, and then we'll show them the addition and everything like that. We found out through through Google Earth that we actually owned a little bit more property than what we actually thought we owned. Amy did some really neat stuff with Google Earth, figuring out acreages and stuff like that. Now it's not exact. It's a kind of a close science. You get within a couple inches, you're good. It's not huge, but it's a nice little tool to be able to use. She used it to find out that we actually own almost all the way up to, if not and including, to that telephone or that power pole up there. So, here, come on up here, because you can actually get a nice view if you stand right up here. I'm going to have you stand up here, and I'm going to actually stand over here. I got boots on, you don't. If you notice, we've taken this area, and we are removing the trees. This is going to be a field again. This whole area, actually, at one time was field before all these trees moved in and started doing their thing 50 years ago. But we're going to take this back into a cow field. The cows have been in here. Unfortunately, we're feeding them way too much hay. So we've only got 2 cows left. But we are going to go ahead and remove all the trees out of here. And it's going to get planted for spring. So we've got a lot of work to do. But we've got a lot of it done, too. So, when I get the chainsaw in there and start ripping down these trees, it'll be a lot more. Right now we're just working limbing stuff off and cleaning the brush and the nastiness up. We're cleaning all that up with Sawzalls. So we get to find out my heart Sawzall worked really good. We call her Mighty Mouse, and she's done a great job. And for a little piece of shit saw from Walmart, I expected to burn it up really quick. But luckily, it's still working. Now, I do have a new Ryobi now, a cordless Sawzall that we're working, and those are great. My little brother's got one, so we've been using that. We've been using mostly mine for cutting all these limbs off. But the big thing is batteries and staying at it. Let's go back down to the addition. Now, I don't know if everybody remembers this from previous videos. We did not, unfortunately, get the trailer house that we looked to buy. Major issue there is when you do a trailer house and you buy a trailer house, especially secondhand, make sure it's in good enough condition it can be moved. Unfortunately, we spent $3,500 on a trailer that could not be moved. Our fault, not the guy who sold it to us. Our fault. I should have checked into it. My fault. But we did get a few nice things out of the trailer and a little bit of building material. The outhouse is actually a reconditioned piece of that trailer that was built. So we did use some of it, and we are going to use a little more of it. If you go ahead and pan to the trailer, honey, if you notice, we got the trailer, and because we didn't get that trailer house, kind of forced to, and I got 5 people living in the RV, kind of forced to build an addition onto here, and it's not near finished. Me and Nathan decided to do the sheeting a couple days ago. We finished the roof. When we go inside, you'll see what the inside's made of, and then you'll know why all the pallets are there. But almost completely covered in PVC stuff. Not probably the best stuff in the world to use, but this building is still going to cost me $2,000 when we're done, at least, bare minimum, if not more.
It's probably going to be built better than the trailer.
I hope so. I hope so.
It's
Because if it didn't, I screwed up big time. But
I mean, it's still gonna be.
The PVC light stuff covers it really good. You just got to be careful with it. It's nice stuff to work with because it is light and moldable and goes around corners. Now we got to redo this corner, but you know and we don't have the skirting on it yet, which is what's going to happen today. That's the whole idea of finishing up today, to do that. Well, I want to do this video first so I can show you guys what we got. Come on into lovely abode. If you notice, we got all this stuff right here. This was all the stuff going on from the summer. This was Miho's tent and all this garbage. And unfortunately, that big old storm that dropped 14 inches of snow on us dropped all the tents, broke all the tent poles, and all that kind of shit. So if any of y'all are thinking about making it out in tents, I would suggest not doing that for a long period of time because, well, you won't. They're not built for living. It's probably going to be a bit dark in here, isn't it?
It's okay.
Are you making it all right? Phone recording? If you take a look in here, this is 10 by, what do we say, Nene? 35?
10 by 35.
10 by 35, which gives 350 square foot of extra space. Remember me when I told you to read shit? Well, unfortunately, we plugged the trailer in wrong. Now, since we plugged the trailer in wrong, completely, again, my fault, but you're going to do stuff, you make mistakes, you'll learn. That's all there is to it. But since then, we don't have I blew out our DC power supply for recharging the battery when it is plugged in. So I have to use my battery charger to charge the battery so we can have inside lights. If you notice, the walls are all pallets. It was a lot cheaper than buying lumber, but I will also say it took us 3 times, maybe 4 times as long to build them with the pallets as it did to just go out and buy the 2x4s. Kind of a catch-22. You can either take more time and build it, or you can take more money and build it. You can't have both. So that's part of the give and take. Nice thing we got out of the trailer house. We got some wood stove. And that's one of the reasons I built the addition. The wood stove's going to go right over there against the wall, and it's going to heat this whole area, hopefully very nicely. And of course, because we got 5 people living in the goofy thing, we're going to have our bedroom right here. I plan on building a wall right here and a doorway right here, I think. And this is going to be our bedroom. We got to do the skirting around the trailer. And we're going to skirt around the trailer. We're going to leave the underneath here open on the inside so it can be heated and cooled in the summer. But that's pretty much everything. We've got the water brought in into here. Now, unfortunately, until we get this blocked in and heated, we can't use that. We got to get water from here.
We can't fill the bladders.
Yeah, we can't fill the bladders up, the tanks up, because they'll freeze solid. Is there anything else I was forgetting that I haven't added in this video? We got pretty much everything in it.
Yeah, we
showed
walked
all
around
the
the whole
stuff.
yard.
Later on, we will be making another video. Go ahead and get a nice panoramic view from our front door.
Nice big yard now.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, this is us getting back to work. So, had a lot of fun. I got a lot of help. Nathaniel's helped out. Justice has helped out tremendously. The kids, the girls, Miho, Tristan. Sorry, I call him Miho. Tristan has helped out a lot. We've got a lot done, but we've got a lot more to go. So we're going to stay working and see what we can make out of it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.